Hi guys, my name is Nancy Tigress, and if you're new here, I'm so used to screaming, I was gonna scream, but I have a microphone. If you're new here, welcome. Sorry, I just had a brain fog for like a few seconds. And if you've already been here before, then welcome back. So today I wanted to make a good video. As you may know, I wanted to do a variety of videos, but one of the subjects that I wanted to do was talk about narcolepsy or my health issues. I think that it's really important that I help spread awareness on the disorder. It's a sleep disorder, so I think I should really spread awareness and talk more about it because it's just very misinformed, misdiagnosed, and just a lot of people don't really understand it or don't know about it or have the wrong impression about it. I was one of them who had saw it so much differently than what it actually is. If you remember Deuce Bigelow, when the lady just falls asleep in her soup and he ties her hair to that's not a thing. So you see that and then you think, oh, if that's it, then I definitely don't have that, So anyways, so we will start. And I also wanted to do more videos where I actually don't do like too much cutting. So we're going to try and do that, hopefully. Which means that I have tried to prepare, which is the crazy one, because with my health issue, memory is very, yeah. So I wrote one time, I was like, ooh, okay, I'm gonna write down like the step-by-step that I wanted to do this video, like how I wanted to do the video, and I did. And I just spent 10 minutes trying to find those notes. I don't know where I put them. I have a lot of notebooks to keep notes, and I was like, is it in this notebook where it's like what I'm supposed to do in my day, like my to-do list? Is it in this notebook where it's like, no, I just went through I don't know how many and I cannot find it, so I had to redo it. And I kind of didn't redo it the same way, but it's fine. We'll figure it out. So guys, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification, and give this video a like, because yes. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to do an ASMR channel, which I kind of started doing some videos, but like I said, I really wanted to have like a base of videos before I even start the channel. So when I do have a few, then yes, I might start the channel or not. We'll see. If this channel just bursts because of like me just doing more sit down videos, then we'll just stick to this. We'll see. I just want to fix my hair so bad. It looks good though, right? I don't know. Anyways, so we're gonna start. The first thing is, first we're talking about narcolepsy. So what is narcolepsy? First of all, it is a sleep disorder. Sleep. I'm having slurred speech, which is a thing that I forgot to add that I have to talk about. Sorry, just let me. Okay. So it is a sleep disorder, and it's an autoimmune disease. So what happens is that in your brain right here, I wish I could explain like a doctor or like a scientist or however, but I'll try my best. We have something called hypocretin oxyrin, which is, it's created. So when you sleep, this is created, it multiplies, and that is actually what gives you the awakefulness in the morning or in the day. So what happens is, for us, it gets attacked, which means that it doesn't really get created. We're missing out on it. That's pretty much it. That's, I guess, I don't even know if I'm explaining it right, but in general, we're missing that oxyrin, hypocretin. We do not have that, which means that we don't have that wakefulness. We don't feel refreshed, pretty much, ever, if I could say it straight in your face. It's not something that, will be there in the morning like you guys, or at all. So when I wake up in the morning, I do not feel like I have slept. I do not feel refreshed, and I actually want to stay in bed and keep sleeping. I really, really, really feel like I didn't sleep enough. So that's how it is for us. Yes. So let's see. So our sleep cycle is really messed up. So for someone without narcolepsy, you have the phases where you are in light sleep, deep sleep, REM sleep, and awake, right? And the light, deep, and REM sleep happens at night, and during the day, you are awake. Simple. For narcolepsy, I was going to say for narcoleptic, for people with narcolepsy, it's pretty much all over the place all day and all night, which means that we don't have that awakefulness during the day, and nighttime, it's like that's when we have our REM, light, deep, dark. Oh my God, I was going to say dark, deep sleep and all that. So what happens is we actually have from awake, never fully awake, but awake. And like, we'll actually go into light sleep, deep sleep, REM, 24/7. Like, it'll go from awake, sleep, all the time. So what happens is that we can be sleepy or needing to sleep, or actually most of us take naps. So during the day, and then what happens is we also have moments at night where we can't sleep. So we do have, some of us does have insomnia. Actually, I think all of us have insomnia. It's not insomnia because it's just because our cycle is all messed up. So we actually think that we're supposed to be awake at night when we're not supposed to. That's pretty much it. So yeah. So we'll be exhausted all day, and then comes at night, and then we can't sleep. Do you understand? Yes, it's pretty much it. So yeah, because of our sleep cycle going up and down, up and down, up and down all day, we'll just have these moments where we're like, okay, and then all these moments where we just think about sleeping. We just want to sleep. Like, it's really bad. So sleep cycle's messed up. There's not really much we can do because, like, I've got these comments on my videos, like, you should have Red Bull, like a lot of Red Bull, or coffee, or da-da-da. The thing is, like, it's not that easy, like, for me, on my end, I don't know about if anyone else that has narcolepsy that is listening to this. I don't know for you guys, but for me, Red Bull I stay away from Red Bull. Like, it just does stuff to me that, no. Even coffee, for some reason, it'll just spike, and then I'm like, like, I want to talk so much. My head just wants to do so much, but I just feel tired, and then I'll crash, and I'll just want to sleep. So yeah, then I crash, and then I'm just like, oh, I used to have moments like I'm gonna drink coffee, but nah. So I actually do have matcha kombucha that I find that helps me, just because the matcha is like this instead of like coffee that does this. So that's the way I feel. And kombucha is also like, anyways. So now we're going to talk about the symptoms. I want to really try and not talk about too much about my thing. I want to talk in general, and possibly make another video where it's like more about me and more about my stuff. Because the thing is that not every narcolepsy or narcoleptic has the same symptoms, the same ways of having it. Like, we don't have the same thing. Like, everyone's different. There's 2 types of narcolepsy. That's already a thing. There's like the type 1 narcolepsy and type 2 narcolepsy. And not everyone that has type 1 has the same symptoms and the ways that they have it and go through it. Or I don't even know how to say it. Like, I'm really trying to find the word. So both of these types, we don't live it the same way. I guess that's a good way to say it. So symptoms. Okay, so I did a post on my Instagram. If you want to check it, you should really, like, I spent a lot of time writing that down. But yeah, so type 1 narcolepsy is narcolepsy with cataplexy, and type 2 is narcolepsy without cataplexy. Okay. Cataplexy is very complicated to explain, but if I could say it in words, it's like it's a loss, a sudden brief loss of muscle tone triggered by strong emotions, whether it's laughter, like excitement, happiness, anger, joy. Wait, did I say? Anyways, I'm so mixed up right now. So when we have these, or even sadness, like it depends, everyone has differently. It can be like a little bit of muscle tone, or it could be a lot. On my end, I have some brief ones, which can be trouble speaking, like I can't, like my face, like my like droopy eyes, my head, yeah, like trouble, slurred speech. One of the biggest one is when my knees started buckling and, you know, falling to the ground because I just can't keep myself standing. So that is like one of the bigger ones. And what will happen is when we fall, I think I do a lot of ums and whatever, but I hope you guys are patient with this. So we can fall to the ground, and it could be a few seconds to a few minutes where we actually can't move. You know, we're still awake, but we're just, yeah. That, I mean, we can explain that whole thing. So I don't know if you guys know what sleep paralysis is, but usually when people fall asleep, what happens is that your body goes into like a sleep paralysis where you're just sleeping. Your body's, you know, just to make sure that you're not hurting yourself, you're not walking or reacting your dream, your body's like paralyzes itself. So it's kind of like that. It's like we'll kind of fall asleep, but we're not sleeping. You can't move, but you're awake. So that often happens. That is another symptom, sleep paralysis, which is pretty scary. And we can have a whole other video about sleep paralysis, I'm telling you. What happens is that we cannot move, but we are awake. And a lot of times what happens is we have hallucinations. Hypnagogic hallucinations is one thing, and then we have sleep paralysis, which is another thing. I mean, oh my goodness, I had some bad hypnagogic. I think I talked about it in my last video a little bit, but those happen. I mean, those happen throughout the day for me because I go into, like, I guess you could say I kind of am falling asleep sometimes during the day, so I'll see stuff. Yeah, hallucinate pretty much all day. Sometimes more than others, and I don't know. Oh, I put my phone here. Sorry, guys. Okay, let's see. Symptoms. Excessive daytime sleepiness, EDS, excessive daytime sleepiness, which is not fun. Sleep attacks, hallucinations, sleep paralysis, vivid dreams, brain fog, memory loss, difficulty to concentrate, depression, anxiety, cataplexy, automatic behavior, disruptive sleep, moodiness, irritability, hyperactivity, difficulty with weight, ADHD, difficulty to regulate body temperature. Sorry, I'm having trouble, right? I'm starting to have trouble to talk. Difficulty, what was I? Difficulty to regulate body temperature sometimes, and some insomnia. This is some symptoms. Some people may have all of them. Some people may have some of them. It varies, like I said, from people to people. So narcolepsy is often misdiagnosed for depression, epilepsy, anxiety, sleep apnea, chronic fatigue syndrome, ADHD, insomnia, learning difficulties, and many others. On my end, I was misdiagnosed with low blood pressure, depression, which, by the way, I was misdiagnosed, but I wasn't, because I did have depression, but my depression was caused by my sleepiness. So yeah, and still, since I still have trouble with my sleepiness, then I still have depression, if you know what I'm saying. It's pretty yeah. Now, it is invisible, which is crazy, because you'll see, you know, I feel like if I haven't talked about this, no one would have known. No one probably knows if they cross me somewhere. Unless I talk about it, it's like, you know, you don't see it. Yeah, but it's there, and it's really hard to live with. It's something that you have to learn to live with a lot, and a lot of doctor appointments, a lot of things. Let me tell you. We can get into, like I said, I'm gonna do more than one video, so you know, about different things. We're already 20 minutes in. I could keep going. Oh, it's misunderstood, and movies like Deuce Bigelow and Ode to Joy were good and funny, but didn't help because, yeah, Ode to Joy I just watched because people were talking about it, and the guy has cataplexy, and yeah, it didn't help to, like, you know, because it's a little exaggerated, I feel, but who am I? Maybe someone somewhere had that exact symptom. But the thing is that cataplexy doesn't come by itself. So, like, because they're talking about cataplexy in there. Not once did I hear about narcolepsy. And cataplexy comes with it comes from narcolepsy. So it just confused the heck out of me. I'm like, huh? So it's a chronic neurological disorder that messes with your sleep-wake cycle. Our immune system destroys our hypocretin, which regulates many things like sleep-wake cycle, appetite, arousal, and other behaviors. I'm happy that I'm reading this because it's been a while and I'm just like now realizing so many things I was going to forget. So we may be exhausted, but everything is messed up. We go from sleep and awake all day and all night. Like I heard in a video, I live in this world, where very rarely am I fully awake and very rarely am I fully asleep. I live in between. I'm sorry guys, I'm having a lot of trouble. I have no idea where I was. I wish I could check, but I'm transferring. Okay, so what was I saying before it all cut out? Oh my gosh, I forgot what I was saying. I spent I don't know how much time looking for my card. So I was talking about the rarely asleep, rarely da da da. Oh my gosh, I can't even think. I can't think. I don't know where I was with all this. Where was I? Oh my gosh. I can't. This is like full on proof of like how it can be like brain fog and like memory. It's just, I think I was talking about doctors, right? So I went to my family doctor, I went to clinics, I went to hospitals, and when I had my son, when I had my son, I had a new doctor. I forget why. I think it was because it was less far, and like I don't know how I got her, but she was amazing. And I had talked to her, and I was like, hey, like I've had this problem since I was very young, and I can't seem to figure out why, because every time doctors, they just brush it off. They have me take these tests that are always, you're fine. And I'm like, but I'm not. So, yeah. So you can find out just, you know, and now it's becoming more and more, I guess, heard of, or maybe it's because I'm just looking more into it. I don't know. But I feel like it's becoming more and more like something that people know, like sleep disorders. But so narcolepsy actually can start as early as very young. Mostly teenagers, but it can be even earlier than that. So I remember having these symptoms ever since I was a teen. And I've always thought it was something like, oh, I can't get up in the morning because of this, or oh, I'm a teen, so it's normal that I always want to sleep. And then it was like, oh, maybe I go to bed too late, maybe this, maybe that. But no, it was really, I had something. And I knew I had something for a while, but I kept going to places and they would do tests and I would, you know, turn out fine. So I was like, ugh, anyways. So where am I going? Oh my gosh, I'm having such a hard time. Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me just go back to my notes because I'm having too much hard time. So what do I want to say? Okay, how to get diagnosed. Okay, so if you think that you have a sleep issue, if you have any of these symptoms, I would say talk to a doctor or talk to a sleep doctor and start getting tested. Like, they'll do like blood tests. If there's nothing there, then they'll try something else. You know, I got my thyroid checked, my blood, my you know, and they're always like, you're fine, you're fine. And then it went on to the sleep test, which was, the first one I did was the heart. I got my heart tested for a full 24 hours. So I had this thing plugged on me. It was a pressure one. I think I had some, did I have stickers, like wires here, or was it just this thing? Anyway, so I had some, the heart was 24 hours. Then, and I had a button that I had to press every time that I was having symptoms, like I was telling her, because I was like, I'm always falling to the ground, like I'm getting dizzy and falling, I'm like kind of blacking out. And she was like, huh? Well, she wasn't like, huh, but she was like, okay, well, I don't think it's your heart, but let's test it. So every time that I would feel those symptoms, I would press it. And she was like, no, it's not your heart. And she's like, have you ever been tested for sleep problems? And I was like, no. She said sleep apnea. And I was like, no. So that's how it started. So I had a, was it the sleep test that I did first, or see, this is the thing. I cannot put things in order. My memory is bad. It's really hard to remember stuff, guys, because you're so tired, like imagining, like concentration, memory. How do you remember stuff when you don't sleep? Like, sleep is supposed to help you recover, to be able to concentrate, to be able to, guys, this is what helps you, like, for everyday stuff. So, like, how are you supposed to remember stuff and concentrate when you're so sleepy? Like, that's all, like, it's just, so anyways, so who cares about the orders as long as I tell you everything that they did, I guess. A sleep test at the lab, the hospital, plugged in everywhere. That was one of them. I did a daytime one. Then I had a sleep apnea machine, or before, I had a sleep apnea machine at my house. And they asked, did you sleep well? And I was like, how did you feel in the morning? It was like, didn't help a thing. So then they did other tests. I had a watch for 2 weeks that took my blood pressure, that took my sleep, that tracked my sleep, that tracked like everything. Well, not everything. Come on, we know, guys. Okay. But it slept like my activity, my sleep, my blood pressure, my whatever it is, for 2 weeks. And then when they looked at that, they went on to a different test. So I had also the nighttime one. Oh my gosh, get back to it, girl. Okay. There's the sleep date. There's a sleep day test where they have you awake for about an hour and a half. They have you sleep for 20 minutes. They have you awake for an hour and a half and sleep for 20 minutes. They do that like 4 times, where you're going from awake and napping 4 times during the day. And then they have the nighttime one where they make you sleep for a few hours at the hospital. And you're like plugged in with like wires on your... That scared the flip out of me. I was like, who the flip is in my window? So I had wires everywhere on my head, on my chest, on my legs, like everywhere. You try and sleep with wires sticking up. Where was I? Oh my gosh. Okay. So imagine trying to sleep with like wires everywhere around your body, like your arms, your legs, your chest, your like just everywhere. So you had sticky stuff and it was just like wires. Yeah, so that, and I did that. So that they had the wires for the day one and the night one, of course, because they're monitoring everything, like your brain waves, like when you're going to REM sleep, when you're going to like light sleep, not sleep, blah, blah, blah. They do like the whole thing. So with all that, and a blood test, of course. And was there anything else? I'm trying to remember. Sorry. Oh my God. I'm trying to remember. Anyways, so all these tests, that is how I got diagnosed with narcolepsy. And so yeah, so those are like the tests that they do. There's nothing scary, guys. It's really like nothing scary, the tests, like really. So during the nap one, you bring a book, you bring like whatever you can, because you cannot lie down in the bed. You have to be sitting and not in the bed. You have to be sitting like on the chair or standing up. So if you want to read a book, if you want to walk around, you have like a room with like a separate toilet, and I mean like a toilet, but like you have like your own room, which is pretty cool. Okay, so that diagnosis, treatment. Oh, that's the fun part. Okay, so there is no cure for narcolepsy yet, which is kind of why we have to do a lot of, oh my God, brain fog, awareness. That is why I feel like we have to do a lot of awareness. We have to spread awareness and also try and, like, I don't know, get some funding, get some, because there is some people now that are trying to find something to help, which would be, I feel like the way that they explain it is it would be like kind of like what they do for diabetes. That's what they would try and find for us. It would be like something that would give us the hypocretin or the oxyrin or whatever. So for now, we do not have it. Hopefully we will soon. But for now, pretty much the treatment that they have for us is there's a few, and you will work with your doctor on what you will need and what works well for you and what doesn't, because some people, certain things work, certain things don't. For some people certain medication works and for others it doesn't at all. And so you will work with them, but pretty much what we are given is stimulants for the day, and sometimes we are given some something to sleep. It depends, of course, on the doctor, on the person, on everything. So right now I'm taking goodness, I'm taking stimulants, but I'm trying to get this Xyrem or Xywave. It's to help get the sleep that I need, which is the I'm having too much trouble talking. I'm gonna have to stop it. To get the sleep that we need, that is I want to say it in French so bad. Réparatoire. What is it in English? Did I write it down? I didn't write it down. Okay. How do we say it? Anyways, to get the sleep that you need to be refreshed. So I'm trying to get that. And my doctor wants to make me wear the watch again and make me do another sleep test. So I'm like, okay, fine. The thing that happens with stimulants is that we kind of get used to it. So I don't even know how much stimulants different kinds that I've taken and different doses, because a stimulant will work and then all of a sudden it doesn't, and then you have to take a higher dose and then a higher dose and then a higher dose. All of a sudden you're at the top of the dose and you have to switch because it doesn't work anymore. Or I've actually had some that I didn't even get to the max, but they just didn't work. Like I would be at a low dose, I'd be like, oh, it's fine. Then I'd take a higher dose and it's fine. And all of a sudden it was not fine. Like I was like, I cannot take this anymore. Like I have to, no, it's not working. So there's a different variety of things that you could do, which is, I guess, what I'm hoping is that the stimulants and the one that helps sleep will be just enough, because technically I should be taking more stimulants right now, taking a higher dose technically, but I don't wanna. My doctor knows that I'm trying as least as possible to take any medication. I don't like it. I have to, because, to try and have a life. But, because it does help in a way. It's better not to take them, because I do have days where I don't take anything. Try to cleanse, because then, I feel like it helps me the next day after to have a little more energy than if I take it all the time, which, come to think about it, I have to remind myself tomorrow to not take it, because the thing is, I'm so used to doing it that on Sundays when I try to not take it, I sometimes take it and I'm like, darn it. So a day that I know I don't have anything to do, well, I do have a lot of things to do, but I try to like do my things without, anyways, because it's like a relaxed day usually. Where was I? Oh my gosh, I'm so flipping tired. I have to make supper. So yeah, my doctor knows, like, even like he wanted to prescribe me something else, and I was like, I don't know. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, I'll take it, but I don't want too much a big dose. I was like, I try to take the least possible that I need to. But it is so hard to be tired like this all the time that I wouldn't see myself without it. But I don't want to take too much, so I don't know. And also there's like these things sometimes where like my brain just wants to do a gazillion things, but my body can't follow, and it just drives me insane. And I have these like, I have like anxiety, and sometimes just when I'm too tired and I just get these bursts of like, oh my God, I just cry because it's so hard. It's so hard. I want to do so much, but I can't. And then I'm trying not to cry right now because there's this thing that just drives me crazy. How like sometimes I'll be like, if it wasn't for this, I would be so much somewhere else, just things would have been so much different. And I have to remind myself that I'm not normal, that I'm not like, I have to live with this. So it's normal for me to not be able to do as much as other people, and having to sometimes tell my son, like, today I can't do too much of this because I'm having a bad day. So it drives me insane. Anyways, I forgot where I was getting at. Okay, so there's I'm trying to get that sleep thing, because if I get that and I can mix that with my stimulants at the day and have my thing that helps at night, then those two together can really possibly I don't know, I feel like it might really make it, like if I feel a little more refreshed in the morning and then I have my stimulant that gives me that boost, then I'll be able to survive a little more, hopefully, a little more than I am now, or longer or whatever. But I also talked to him about possibly like switching back and forth from two, which is like, let's say I do a week on one and then a week on a different thing. I'm talking about stimulants right now, because there's so many different ones, and I don't want to have to get used to it and have to change, because this is an ongoing thing. I mean, I'm sick of having to change medication. I'm sick of feeling tired, and I just want to find that balance where it's like, if I switch from one and my body doesn't get used to it, and I'm switched to another one and my body doesn't get, I don't know, I feel like if it would be something that could help, instead of always being on the same one and always having to. Anyways, I'm telling you, when you say I just call, my doctor knows who the fudge I am. He knows me. I know him, because I've been talking to him for so many years, so much times per month, well, not from per month, but per year. I can tell you that. Yeah. I mean, one time my doctor called me when he was on vacation, and I was like, what? Really? You're on vacation? You called me? Yeah, okay. It might have been a little bit urgent, but still. So yeah, I got more than one doctor, I think, actually, that's following me, and there's there's a clinic right now that is getting involved because of the depression thing. I might be I'm trying to find help for that right now, because I need someone to talk to, and I am in a group meeting every week, which is so helpful. I wouldn't be able to live without that group. Okay, I might be exaggerating, but for real, like, ever since I found that group, it's been one of the best things that I've found, and I've tried not to miss a week ever. Like, I don't miss a meeting, and if I do, it just drives me completely insane. I get mad, I get sad and angry, and mad and angry, two different things, right? So yeah, I try not to, so it's really helpful. So if you guys live with anything like, that you might need to, I don't know, there's like these groups that you can find online, support groups. I highly suggest that you join one for you know, whatever it is that you have, anxiety, bipolar, like whatever it is, like there's a group, join one. Wait, is this still recording? Could you imagine I talk for like 15 minutes and it's not recording? Oh, goodness gracious, that scared the flip out of me. Now, okay, so you will be with your doctor a lot to figure out what helps, what doesn't, and that's pretty much it. But that is if you need treatment and if you have narcolepsy. So I highly suggest, if you have any symptom, whether it's like related to narcolepsy or not, if you have something that's bothering you and you just know, something's wrong with you, like you have the feeling, you have the, I don't know, you just know. Like I knew something was wrong with me. It wasn't something people saw. No one saw it, but I knew. And I kept going to doctors. It took me like 10 years. Did I say that it's like 5 to 10 years for someone to get diagnosed? Because yeah, it was like 10, 15, I think for me. 10, 15, 15, 20? Ah, I can check later. Anyways, it was a long time. So from the moment like I got my symptoms to the moment I got like whatever. So, you know, if you know, just, you know, and the thing that would help is if you know something's wrong, but you know close to what it could be. So on my end, I didn't know back then that, you know, it was like 2000. I remember going to the doctor at 2010. I'm like, I'm exhausted. I'm always tired. I didn't know sleep disorders existed. So if I knew, I would have been like, look, we need to get, like, I get it. I'm not bissing, you know, iron or whatever. It's not my thyroid, but maybe it's something else. Like, can we check my sleep or something? Like, you know, but I didn't know back then. So because of that, and possibly the doctors didn't either, because clearly, so it's good to, like, you know, listen to yourself and just go get checked, you know, and don't start Googling and diagnosing yourself. Like literally get a diagnosis and then get the proper treatment, because this is not here. I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to diagnose you. I'm just trying to help, to inform and spread awareness. And hopefully if someone listens to this and says, oh my gosh, this sounds a little bit like me or like someone I know, then you can actually get the help for you or for them that they need. On that note, I think that should be it for this video. And if you have questions or comments or anything, just write in the comments. Yes, write in the comment section. And like I said, I will make separate videos. I will make a video about sleep paralysis, like a whole video about that. I'll make a video about, I don't know, like separate things. So just let me know what you want me to talk about. And I want to hear you guys. And I feel like my dress is crooked. There's something bothering me right now. I don't know. I just did the video, so it's over. It's too late. So I really hope you guys enjoyed. I really hope that, you know, I don't know, that you understand a little better. Because it's really hard when someone says, oh my gosh, you should have like coffee or something. It's really hard to explain to that person, well, you know, that's not how it works. And just to, you know, without having to explain the whole thing, because most people are like, you're tired, have coffee. You know, that's how it works for them. But now you know. Now you get it. And now you get a little more of like all my other symptoms and all my other, I guess, you get like the whole picture. So I know a lot of you haven't really probably noticed, and I probably cut a lot of the symptoms out, I feel. Like when I have like the like slurred speech, or you know, cataplexy moments, or whatever it is, like trouble talking or like memory, usually it's cut out of my videos, so that I'm like trying to be more raw. Yeah, so you may have noticed it in my other video, because sometimes I leave because it's like funny parts, but most of the time I was like, but you might notice it in this video and you might not. But yeah, just like my other video, I was like super tired and I zoned out, and I just zoned out for like, I don't know how long. I think I cut a little bit, or did I not cut at all? But that is like, that's it. Like there was like a lot of moments where I just zone out and I like fall like almost into a sleep state, but with my eyes wide open. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like, hit the notification, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye.